What's up, everyone? This is Josh Rubin from East West Healing. Today I want to talk about how your bones are not just calcium. You've been lied to in a sense your entire life that your bones are just calcium, and they're not. But before we jump in, as always, please like this video, show us a little support, hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, so every single Wednesday when we put out a video, you get notified. Let's jump in, why don't we? So here's the thing. We've been lied to that the bones are just calcium. If you have osteoporosis, all you need to do is take calcium. The problem is, if this was the solution, how come osteoporosis is still a problem, right? We're chasing our tail. Taking in more calcium isn't the answer. Number one, your bones are more than just calcium. They're magnesium, manganese, potassium, zinc, iron, boron, silica, etc. It's a total of 12 minerals together. So when they say it's just calcium, they're missing 11 other minerals to tell you how important it is to bone health, right? So it's not just about calcium, in my opinion. I'm not going to say that's the least important mineral, but it's definitely not first on the list. Now, here's the problem. According to Dr. William Thompson, he states that in the food chain, especially nowadays with processed foods, we're getting way more calcium than we really need, but at the same time, we're not getting other minerals that we need, like magnesium, potassium, zinc, selenium, iron, copper, and other fat-soluble vitamins, which are very important, like vitamin A, D, K, which help us, with these minerals. And minerals are important because they're like the keys that turn on the car. So without them, we can have a beautiful car, but we can't use it. And they're very important for many enzymatic functions in the body, including bone health, right? And this is a problem because if we're taking in too much calcium from calcium supplements, right, or from the food chain, and we're not getting enough other minerals, which most people don't, and here's the reason why, is because you can't rely on vegetables to get these minerals, right? You would have to eat obscene amounts of these, and a lot of them are not bioavailable. You can't rely on grains and things like that. Yes, you can get some, but it's a very processed industry in a sense, and not nutrient rich. Yes, we can get some from our fruits and our roots and squashes, 100%, those are metabolic. But the main place you're going to get a lot of these minerals and fat-soluble vitamins, right, and superfoods. This is in one food you're going to get all your fat-soluble vitamins and your minerals together. And of course, it's in different ones, but these are in your metabolic proteins, like your clean dairy, your clean eggs, your different clean muscle meats, not just chicken. That's like bottom of the barrel. That's the last one you want to choose. And more importantly, your white fish, your shellfish, your fatty fish, and your organ meats. This is where you're going to get your minerals and your fat-soluble vitamins to support not only your enzymatic reactions in the body, energy production, recycling systems, thyroid health, everything in between, bone health, etc., right? This is what people need to eat, but this is what we're not eating, and this is why there is a crisis. Right? Now, of course, when you talk about osteoporosis or bone dysfunction, that's the most common. It's an imbalance between osteoclast and osteoblast, right? You're breaking bone down faster than you can build it up. What's the catalyst? Stress, right? Mineral depletion, which causes this environment. So calcium is not the answer. And I've said this before. That's like looking at a lake, right? A river feeds into this lake. And every day you go out, there's trash. And you're like, all you have to do is clean up the trash. But every day you go out, there's more trash. That's just like taking calcium. What's the root of the issue? What's causing the trash? Is it hikers up above? Is it whatever it may be? You get to the root of the issue, otherwise you're chasing your tail, right? And the problem is, if we take in too much calcium in relation to these other minerals, this can cause a huge problem. This creates stress in the cell. This alters the sodium-potassium pump. So instead of the cells releasing sodium and taking in potassium, which is very important, and our potassium to sodium intake should be 4-to-1 at least, which it's not, the cells hold on to sodium and water and don't get enough potassium. This can alter hydrochloric acid, digestion, create a lot of these effects that people have in like SIBO. But at the same time, when we don't get enough potassium into the cell, we have excess calcium, right? And the cells are holding on calcium. This will prevent thyroid hormone from getting into the cell and producing energy. This is called thyroid resistance. So it doesn't matter how much you're converting, doesn't matter how much thyroid hormone you're taking, it's not going to work. You're going to have to keep increasing your meds, or you're taking your meds, you're not noticing anything. Calcium, in a sense, or stress in the cell, or altered sodium potassium pump, is affecting how thyroid hormone is getting into the cell. It's like an insulin resistance, right? It can't get into the cell. Thyroid hormone's knocking, but it can't get in, right? So this becomes a problem when there's too much calcium and not enough potassium. So what we have to really do is stop focusing on so much calcium, right? Because too much calcium is not a good thing. If you eat other foods, it doesn't have to just be dairy. There's many foods that contain calcium, but focus on getting more animal-rich proteins to bring more minerals into your body, the ones I mentioned, so you can regulate digestion, regulate thyroid health, and regulate all these other enzymatic reactions. Another important thing to think about is when there's excess calcium in the system, the kidneys have to compensate with more magnesium to handle all that calcium. And it will divert magnesium from the adrenal glands to compensate for this. This becomes a problem because the relationship between sodium and magnesium are the two minerals that regulate the adrenals. So if you pull magnesium away from the adrenal glands, that lowers your resiliency for stress. So there's so many things that can happen when you start chasing your bones with calcium, thinking that is the only mineral that you need, but you're missing so many other pieces. Remember, everything needs to be in balance. More is not better when it comes to life and food and minerals and everything in between. Finding balance is better. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. I'm out.